The Florida Institute for Neurologic Rehabilitation is located on approximately 1,000 acres of rural land, providing patients with a peaceful setting to maximize rehabilitation.
FINR, which is like paradise. Beautiful setting with palm trees and sunshine.
One of the best things about FINR is our location, because we are an open campus facility. We have a lot of land. We're able to help individuals have more freedom. They're able to get outside each day. They're able to be out in the sunshine, and that definitely has a positive impact on their attitude.
This is a therapeutic surrounding. The location itself, I have always considered it as an oasis for us to be able to rehabilitate as a family.
Our main campus includes a skilled medical rehabilitation unit, a rehabilitation gym, 14 residential cabins, a fully accredited school for our pediatric patients, a state-of-the-art camera monitoring system to ensure the safety and well-being of our patients, and a vocational center where patients participate in life skills and work activities in order to regain active vocational and social functioning.
My son Casey was involved in an automobile accident. It was about 2.5 years ago. He suffered a traumatic brain injury. He was in a coma for a total of 6 months, and before coming to FINR, he was at the Shepherd Center in Atlanta. They worked on him and did the best they could, but then sent us home. Casey was not walking or talking or swallowing his own saliva. He was not moving. And I just knew there had to be something more for Casey in his recovery. We had heard about the FINR Institute. We came out here for a tour. We were impressed by the facility. We were impressed by the staff, and thought that if we could get Casey here, that he would have a better opportunity for a stronger recovery.
Back in 2007, I was still working as an elevator repair technician. I went to work one morning. I was at the Holly Hill Police Station working on their elevator. And I was bent over, replacing a motor, trimming it up, and I got a nosebleed and a really bad headache like I'd never had before. I mean, a headache of all headaches. And I hadn't had a nosebleed since I was a teenager. Here I was, 47 years old. So I leaned my head back, I pinched it off, and it quit bleeding. I looked over at my partner, and he was shocked, looking at me like, and the room was about 105 degrees, and I wiped the sweat off my brow with my sleeve, and I looked, and there's blood on my sleeve. I looked back at my helper, and I said, am I bleeding out of my eyes? He says, yeah. So I thought I was taking myself to the hospital in a company truck. This was 10 o'clock in the morning. 9:30 that night, I'm 100 miles south, still on US 1, looking for a hospital, another job to be on. Just lost out of my mind. The police pulled me over for failure to hold my lane. They called my boss, who came out to drive me home, which dropped me off at the front, at the street, didn't even take me up to the door. Kathy asked me when I got in the door at 1 a.m. now, where have you been? I don't know. So I went to sleep. She begged me to go to the hospital. I wouldn't do it. So the next morning, they tricked me with my daughter, who rides a motorcycle. Dad, I need my motorcycle worked on. Would you come over and work on it? Well, sure, but you got to come pick me up. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'll come pick you up. I got in her truck. I passed out. She took me to the hospital. They flew me to Shands, where they opened up the top of my head and did the repair. They brought me back into Ormond Beach, which was close to home, in a hospital, and they recommended FINR when they told me I could go home.
I graduated high school at the end of May 2009, and then June 18th, 2009, I suffered a traumatic brain injury. I was car surfing. I don't know why I did it. I don't remember the whole day, but I flew off the roof of a car and was in a coma for 5 weeks, and then I woke up here at FINR. I didn't know what happened at first, but finally I couldn't talk at first. I couldn't walk. But then finally I started talking. They tried to explain to me what happened, and I didn't even really know. People told me I'd never walk again, but then a therapist here, he said, Tyler, if you just put in extra work, you work hard, you're gonna be walking within 3 months. And I listened to him, and I said, I'm gonna walk. So I started walking again, and one step at a time.
Jarrett has epilepsy with intractable seizures, and in April of this year, 2012, he had left craniectomy. And with that, he had a paralysis on his right side. So he couldn't walk or use his right hand. So he came to FINR to be rehabilitated. Occupational therapy, he had physical therapy, speech therapy, and he went to school while he was here as well. When he came here, he was wheelchair bound. He could not walk. I didn't think that he would be able to walk or use his hand or his foot again. Yeah. And they rehabilitated him back to where he needed to be.
The setting here, it's residential-like and not hospital-like. I think my son is responding to that. He's a Florida boy. He likes being outdoors. I think that in itself has allowed him to even have a happier recovery, that he doesn't feel like he's been in the hospital now for over 2.5 years.
Individuals who are here at FINR can receive all of the services that they need while they're here. So the medical services, the behavioral team is here, the therapy is here, and I think that's very different. You don't have to take someone to a different location or bring someone here. It's always available, it's always accessible. So it's a more cohesive approach, a more global approach in that respect.
We have all of the different therapy modalities, the vocational, occupational, speech. We also have behavior analysis, and we have a whole team that meets to coordinate everything for the client in one setting. The other really unique thing is we have different levels of care. So if they're really ill, we can be more intensive with the medical. If they're really doing well medically, but they need more therapies, or really they just need more work on vocational activities, so when they go home they can be productive, we can do all of that here, and we all get to watch it and cheer it on. It's the best part.
The FINR Continuum also includes a community integration program consisting of a 12-bed residential cabin and 7 apartments in downtown Wauchula, where patients participate in community-based rehabilitation activities to prepare them to return to everyday life.
The people that were taking care of him had his best interests at heart, so he could trust them.
I couldn't ask for nothing better. I got staff that care for me, staff that help me. And we got a great dining room. Food is wonderful here. And we get to go on trips. You can't beat it. It's a good program.
I love this place. I love everybody here. I feel like they're all family. This is a home. And I'm thankful for everything they've done for me. Teach me how to walk, talk. I feel like I was reborn here.
At FINR, we pride ourselves in providing the highest level of quality care to both children and adults who have experienced a brain injury.
An individual with a traumatic brain injury has problems psychological, medical, environmental, educational, and that's the way we treat these individuals in a holistic or a whole person sense.
We get to see as they make progress, even the little things, and make sure that they're ready to go home and feeling okay about what they have set up for support at home.
And we look forward to continuing to be the gold standard in brain injury rehabilitation.
This place has a lifeline to it.
They were with him by his side 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I think the fact that not just the therapist, but everyone here really works well together and as an interdisciplinary team. So we're providing all avenues of care instead of just looking at the medical piece or the therapy piece. We really try to work as a team.
FINR, putting patients, families, and rehabilitation first.